Hello everybody, AB Trains here, and welcome to another train video. This is the first video of a new series of route learning videos for various train games in Roblox. So in today's video, we're going to be driving a Class 171 from Gothlan to Marstem Firth. But first off, we will need to depart from the depot to Gothlan. Along the way from Gothlan, we will be calling at Minstow Low, Dovey Junction, and finally Marstem Firth. Our attraction for this video is a Roblox Rail Class 171, or as many friends of mine like to call this thing, the Class 387, as this train does actually do routes such as Stepford Town and Robloxia from Gothlan. Unfortunately, because this is in Grand Continental Railways, we will only be able to go as far as Marstem Firth. The Class 171 Turbostar is a type of DMU train built by Bombardier Transportation, or was previously known as Antrads, at Derby Linchurch Lane Works in England, which is identical to the Class 170, except for the replacement of the BSI coupler with a Delnor coupling. This provision was made to allow emergency joining with the Class 377 DC Third Rail electric units, which Southern run extensively on most of the lines.
Okay, now that we are in the cab of the Class 171, or shall I say Class 387, for Roblox Rail, we are now going to depart from the depot, and the top speed from here, between here and Folk Interchange, is 10 miles an hour. So, let's head off. Once we hit 10 miles an hour, I'm going to shut off the power to allow the train to coast. And we will be able to speed up again once we have passed Folk Interchange. I do actually notice that we are actually on 11 miles an hour, but that shouldn't affect us too much. And I am pleased to say that this is the first episode of my selection of videos for the route learning videos for Roblox Railways, which does include Grand Continental Railways, Stepford County Railways, and Mind the Gap. I am not too sure if I will be able to use it for terminal railways, as unfortunately there are a couple of glitches on that game which prevents me from driving a majority of their trains. And now that we're on the main line, or well, we're probably on the slow line, between Gothlan and Folkingham, so now we are going to speed up, and the top speed of this train is 70 miles an hour. So, as we departed from the depot, the starting speed limit from there was 10 miles an hour, and we have got 2¼ miles to go to Gothlan Station. At this point, I'm going to shut off the power, and I'm going to have step 1 of braking. Now, actually, I'm going to go into full power. Up ahead of us is indeed Giles Mount Station. So I think our speed limit for now will be 30 miles an hour. We're now passing Giles Junction. And now the speed limit along here is 40 miles an hour. I've noticed that we did well over 40, so I'm just bringing our speed down towards 40 or under. We're now passing the line that is now diverging to the right. That line goes towards Capchester South and Dorkingham Deepden. There is also an extra bit of line that is from Capchester South, and that would lead to Minstow Low. We're now passing Lansfield East Station, and at this point, I am now going to go put myself onto Wright Junction, ready for when we need to turn right towards Gothlan Station. And just after this bridge that is just coming up, I'm now going to reduce the speed to 15 miles an hour. And I can see that two of my friends have just joined in the game, so hopefully we might pass one of them in this video. So now that we're at 15 miles an hour, I'm going to let the train coast. Oops. There's the junction from Gothlan. This is Gothlan. I don't know what to call this junction, to be honest. Might call it Gothlan Down Junction. Or I might put a good name, Gothlan Lansfield Junction. Because up here is Gothlan, and and that side just back there is Lansfield East. Okay, up ahead is Gothlan Station, and I am aiming to stop just anywhere before the end of the platform. You could just see Gothlan Station just up ahead of us, and on to the left is Gothlan Bus Station, and indeed there is a bus just right there. I'm now going to apply the brakes, just putting them on and off so we can try and get a decent stop. And here we are, arrival at Gothlan. Departing Gothlan, the starting speed limit is 30 miles an hour, and we've got just under a quarter of a mile to go to our first stop, which is Minstow Low. I'm always forgetting that I am putting myself in first person. And And once we hit 40 miles an hour, I'm going to shut off the power to allow the train to coast. And then as we depart from Minstow Low, I will need to make sure that the junctions section is on left, because if it was to remain on right, we would probably go via Capchester South or Giles Mount. Just onto the left, you can see the tram line that goes between Minstow Low. That goes to places like Minstow Low, Giles Mount, East Giles and Gothlan. There is 2 new lines coming soon, and that is the Express and Underground lines. And upon arrival at Minstow Low, I do need to make sure that I am in a slower speed so that I do not overlap. And here we are, arrival at Minstow Low. Departing from Minstow Low, the starting speed limit is 70 miles an hour, and we've got under half of a mile to go to the next stop, which is Dovey Junction. And at the end of the tunnel, which will be coming up in a few moments, I will need to slow down for the right-hand bend, which will be coming up very soon. And then the speed limits then will be dropping to 15 miles an hour. I'm just turning my volume down because I don't want you guys going deaf on me. Now passing through Dovey Tunnel, and at this point I am now going to shut off the power and apply the brakes as we get ready for our stop into Dovey Junction. We will be put on platform number 3. Platform 1 is currently closed because of the upgrades for what will then become a new station as part of the new line for the express route, which will come in a future update. The Monster RB hasn't announced when it's going to be released, but he will keep us up to date. So right now I'm going to keep the speed limit 30 or under as we approach Dovey Junction. Okay, you're now coming out of the tunnel, so I'm going to apply the brakes again because we need to make sure that the speed limit is 15 or under. So now that we're at 15 miles an hour, just going to allow the train to coast as we head into Dovey Junction station. And yes, you will hear a train announcement, just like that one, but except it's going to be a different one. I'm going to put on the brakes now. And here we are, arrival at Dovey Junction. Departing from Dovey Junction, the starting speed limit is 15 miles an hour, but will shortly rise to 20 miles an hour. And we've got just under a quarter of a mile to go to our last stop, which is Marstem Firth. And as the whole of the train is in this straight line, we will then be able to go to 20 miles an hour. I do believe the whole of the train is on the straight line, so we will now bring our speed up to 20 miles an hour. I know this speed limit is actually quite slow for this part of the line, but this is actually to prevent overlapsation for Marstem Firth. This train is actually going to Stepford Town, which would be the next and last stop. But this train can only go as far as Marstem Firth for this time being. Just after this level crossing coming up, we will then be able to go up to 25 miles an hour. We've just passed the crossing, so now we will go up to 25 miles an hour. So that we can actually go a bit quicker. Alongside is a new line, which I believe it's probably something to do with one of the new lines that will be released in the new update, followed by probably a new station, which will be released sooner or later. It could be a new Marstem station, but we do not know yet for the time being. On approach to Marstem Firth, we need to make sure that we stop at the end of the platform so that the whole train can fit. As we pass the crossing, I will need to apply the brakes on full. Putting them on and off because we need to make sure that we stop at the end of the platform at a decent speed. And here we are, arrival at Marstem Firth. Thank you very much for watching this first episode of the route learning series for Roblox. If you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more of these, then please do give this video a big fat thumbs up and put in the comments saying that you want more of these episodes. Once again, I thank you for watching, thanks for watching, and see you